Okay, so I have my ticket to Jajca, which I tried in 2007, and I kept pronouncing it JAJCE, and they had no idea where I wanted to go. Just in the Sarajevo train station, but there's only 2 trains that run per day, so it's not very useful. Although in 2007 I did take the train from Budapest to Sarajevo, but apparently they've discontinued that one, so there's very limited options. So we've just arrived at the Jajce Bus Station. It was a 3.5-hour bus ride, so I'm just trying to figure myself out. So I think this is the bus station, this is the old town, and this is where I'm staying up here somewhere. So just going to get oriented, get rid of my bags, and go walking around Jajce. Okay, so just trying to orient myself again. So I was just there by the waterfall. Here's the map. So the waterfall is number 1. And this is the old area here with the catacombs. And I need to dump my bags up there and then walk around. So again, you've got the waterfall, historic house, ethno collections, the church, the catacombs, the god of Mithras, the fortress. So there's layers above there, layers of history. So again, you can just see the different levels of history as you go up. So it's been occupied at different times. So you can do this as a day trip from Sarajevo, Travnik and Jajce combined, or what I'm actually doing is I'm doing an overnight in Jajce and then Travnik tomorrow. So I was debating, would it have been better to just do the day trip? But it looks like there is quite a bit here to do, because if you did it on the day trip, you would have been rushed. Whereas I'm staying overnight, so I can just take my time and do Travnik tomorrow. So choice depending on how much time you have. Okay, this is my apartment for 20 euros for the night. I mean, it's basic, there's no TV, but that's fine, 20 euros. And I'm still checked in at Sarajevo. So what I was trying to say is I'm still checked into my Sarajevo apartment. And all I brought was this and my backpack. Because these rooms are so cheap, so why lug all your luggage here and lug it all back again and check out and check back in. So I'm checked in here, in Jajce and in Sarajevo at the same time. Because they're just so cheap. This is 20 euros. 20 euros. There's the bathroom in there. And there was the view of the castle. Okay, so this is the room from the balcony, well, the steps coming down. And that was my bathroom window. You can see the castle. So 20 euros. And I'm still checked in Sarajevo. Fast food restaurant. So there's a big supermarket there. My apartment was exactly behind that supermarket, so we're just going to go into the historical things now. Okay, let's just do a 360 here. So there is the Bear Tower, and just behind the tree is I think the monastery. You can't see it, the trees in the way. And then down there is the catacombs and more of the fortress. So again, had I done a day trip from Sarajevo, it would have been 60 euros. But to do it myself with the buses and a hotel, it ends up being exactly the same 60 euros. So it just depends on whether you have the time or not. So I don't save any money. I thought it would be cheaper to do it by myself. So it just gives me more time because I could do it over 2 days, because one day would have been quite rushed because it is 3 hours or 4 hours to get here. So you just have to pay each time. I'm going to do everything except the zip line. So Waterfall, Fortress, Catacombs, Mithras, Ethno Collection. I just have a big group coming out first. Okay, we shall check out the Catacombs. So this is essentially all that there is down here. Just watch your steps, because it's dark. Says the earliest reference is from 1396 with Duke, I can't say the name, the Count of Jajca. Then the Ottoman troops took the town in 1463. They were driven back by the Hungarian army. The Battle of Mohacs in 1527, the town came under Ottoman rule. And then they rebuilt up the fortress. So this is what I was trying to show behind the Bear Tower. This is the old monastery. Just some more of the directions, but there's some more stuff down there, so I don't want to be climbing up and down, so I think I'm just going to check going straight first. So I was supposed to come in 2007, but walking on a gravel staircase like this in Travnik, I slipped and smashed my camera, so I went back to Sarajevo. So again, it's taken me 17 years to come back, and that's why I'm doing the overnight, because I wasn't able to go that time, so I want to make more of a day of it instead of just rushing. So just be prepared to walk and climb, and that's why rushing on a tour might not be the best thing, because there's like more to go, and then you have to climb all the way back down again, then to get down to the waterfall, which is the lowest level. So I'm only here, I have to go all the way up to here. So the Medieval Kingdom of Bosnia predates the Ottoman from the Middle Ages, after the fall of the Byzantines. So I just have to pay again 2 marks to go in. So Central Bosnia has a lot of these fortresses we're in Jajce, in Travnik, in Srebrenic, in Tesanj, in Vranduk, Banja Luka, so they're scattered all over the place. It's just a lot of legwork getting to them. The house with the blue car behind Picara Non-Stop, that is where I'm staying. So as you can see, it's very close and easy to get to. So you've got a very nice view of the fortress, and then the old town, and then we're just going to walk along the ramparts and make our way down to the waterfall slowly. There's just 2 mosques there, 1, 2, and then the old walls kind of extend around. So we're just at the top overlooking down, so that was the Bear Tower where the catacombs were. That was the church, and then just behind that tower down there you can just make out the water, that's the waterfall, so we have to make our way all the way down to the bottom, just behind the bridge. There's a big school group there, so I had the place to myself. So this is the Dizdar Mosque. So I just realised it is odd that I'm the only person here except for that school group. So these are the old mosques that we saw from upstairs. Again, if you came with a tour, they'd probably just rush you through the main sites, because if you come down to this end here, now there's a tourist street going back. Okay, so be sure to walk around the base of the wall, because now this is all the tourist area. This is where all the tourists and locals are. They don't want to do all the climbing. So this is the touristy area down at the foot. The fortress is just up there. So we're just at the top of the waterfall here, it's just going over there. So it looks like big tour groups have just shown up. Mini Niagara Falls, everyone's standing around here. I tried to ask this cab driver how much to go to the watermills, and he wanted 10 marks to go there, 10 marks to come back, so 20 marks, which is 10 euros less. I already got ripped off in Treblinka, so that's too much. So this is the photo spot, so you have to pay 5 marks to come in here. So it's very wet and noisy, and you cannot see the castle, because in the photos you can always see the castle, so I guess they're doing it with drones or something. This is about as good as I can get it. You have to come to this corner right here, and you can just get some of the castle now. So as you can see, there's no good angle to get the castle up there. Like when you're down there, you're too low, you can't see anything. If you come up here, you're at a bad angle, and from that side, you can't see anything. Okay, so this is the money shop, but you can't see any of the fortress. This is what I wanted with the fortress. The best shot is actually from this gas station. I see. The last stop is the Temple of Mithras, which you're supposed to pay to go in, but it's already after 6 o'clock. I don't see where you pay anyway. And you can just see it inside anyway. This is just for Islamic tourists, it's telling you all the different mosques. So we are at Esma Sultana, which is this one. So apparently the Ethno Museum is still open. It's almost 7 o'clock. Okay. So they closed, but they let me take photos. Okay, let's take that. Okay, so the next morning we're just going to leave Jajce and take the bus to Travnik to continue on. So just arrived in Travnik, so I have a 2-hour layover. It's 10 AM and the bus to Sarajevo is at 12:10. So there are interval buses that go to Zenica, and I'd have to connect there, but I want a direct bus. So first I'm going to go up to Stari Grad and then come back to the mosque in the town centre.
She's the faster.
So I fell and broke my camera in Travnik in 2007. As you can see now, there's new paving here, so hopefully no issues. So there's the clock tower, and then I lose count how many mosques there are. There's more behind there. So we're just going to pay to go in now. So just inside the round tower is a museum. So there's two sides to the museum. There's the round tower, and then when you come in the next building it continues on. So at the peak you can't really see the fort, you can just see the town. So I'm going to go down more. So they still have all this loose gravel. That's how I fell and broke my camera in 2007. So these steps are all covered in loose gravel. So somewhere here I slipped and smashed my camera in 2007. So you still have to be careful. And once again, I have the entire place to myself. Nobody is here. So just some of the many mosques, and we're going to head down to the clock tower. Okay, so I survived Travnik and I didn't break my camera like in 2007, falling on the gravel. So just the walking tour, we're at the old town. Then we're going to follow the red line, we're going to come through the mosques there. We're going to come to the clock tower and another mosque. Then we're going to come to the coloured mosque, which is this one here. Then the regional museum, which is this one, then just back to the bus station. The other option, which I'm not going to do, is if I took the bus to Zenica, then there's another fort called Vranduk, which is outside of the city, so I'd have to take a cab to get there. But I think it's just too much legwork. So there's a fort here, there was a fort in Jajce, so I don't need to see every single fort. But that's an option. You can go to Zenica and take a cab to Vranduk. This road is busy. There's actually an underpass to get to it. There's a big Turkish group, so I'm going in with them. So they don't always allow people inside the masjids, but this was a big Turkish group and I'm Muslim, so I just kind of walked in with them. So this is just their little town square now. So it's only 11, I still have another hour till the 12 o'clock bus, so you don't need that much time. Depends if you want to sit down for a restaurant and make more of an afternoon of it. We're just at the Museum of Travnik. I don't know if it's going to be any better than the one in the fortress, so I'll take a quick look. Okay, I think that's just the public library. So I think the museum is that yellow one, that's inside the construction. Okay, this is the museum with the railway car. I don't know if this is going to be any good. Okay, so that's the 2 days in Jajce and Travnik. So you can either do it with a tour. I think they were 60 euros is what they were quoting. You can do it by bus in a day trip, but make sure you check the bus schedules as soon as you arrive at each place, because what they're going to tell you online is unreliable. Or you can do it overnight like I did, and I'm taking the 12 o'clock bus back to Sarajevo. It's just not even a 2-day trip. So, depends how you want to do it. And this pedestrian street is new. It wasn't like that in 2007.